Good morning, and here we are again. First of all, thank you for your feedback, which I got. Some of you said, well, one of you said that I was too far away from the flip chart, which I agree with. The flip chart is what you call in Spanish the papelógrafo. Then somebody also commented on the fact that I spoke slowly, which he thought was a good idea, so everybody could understand. But I would like to remind you that you can always play the video more slowly or faster. You adjust the speed where it says ajustes, the settings. Okay. In any case, I mean to get better. You should see this. This is like a studio now with all the cables, and I've got something to hold my phone, a support. I've also got a surprise for you. I don't have a flip chart anymore, which was very well, it was a bit awkward, all this paper. I have a proper screen today. I got myself a projector, and what I would like to learn to do is to put two things on the screen, so I don't have to get up and point and all this. Anyway, today we're going to continue with Unit 5. The other day we did the introduction and the first part of B. B is pages 42 and 43. Remember how this is organized. Any unit, A is the first two pages, B is pages 3 and 4 of the unit, C is 5 and 6, and D is 7 and 8. Okay, so the other day we did a listening and we stopped, mainly because I wanted to see how this would work. Now I know, and I'm sure we can get better. We're going to start with a listening. The listening on page 42. There are two. We did one the other day. Today we're going to do the other one. Listen, I repeat, I welcome your feedback. If you think that I speak too fast or whatever, please tell me, okay? So here we go. Let me show you what I've got for you today. I've got let's see. Yes, this is the right. Look at the wall. I hope you can see it. Is that big enough for you? Yes? Let me make it a little bit bigger, maybe? Yes? Okay. So, as we listen, I hope you can see this. I'll make it bigger. Yeah, that's better. Yes? Now you can see it. Wait a minute, I'll move the camera. Here we go. So, we're going to listen to Kelly. The other day we listened to Kelly talking about what she expects when she goes on business. Today we're going to listen to her. Whoops, sorry. And we have to decide if these sentences are true or false. Okay? So one is she goes on holiday with her husband and 2 children, true or false. 2, she shares a room with her children, she shares, comparte. 3, children's entertainment at the hotel is important. And D, she never uses the babysitting service. Okay, so we listen, it's not very long, it's 1 minute. And that's good because today we have 2 listenings. Normally in class I always did 1 listening because I figure one is enough. But as this is a video, you can choose when to stop, when you get tired, when this gets very boring, and then you can continue later, or maybe you can listen to things again. Okay, right, so let's listen. I'll play it once, only one time. In class it was always 2 times, but now you can stop the video and go back, and remember that you can play it more slowly. Okay, let's go.
My needs are very different when I'm on holiday with the children. I'm divorced with a 6-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. If it's just the 3 of us on holiday together, I always like to go somewhere with a lot of attractions and facilities for the children, like a theme park or beach. I look for a hotel with a good-sized triple room and family facilities. The children are happy if there's a nice big outdoor swimming pool, preferably more than one, and a kids club. It also gives me a chance to relax or read for a few hours during the day. I like to check before I book that the meal times in the hotel are child-friendly and that the menu includes enough options for them. Oh, and a good laundry service is important too, if we're staying for more than a few days. If my mother comes on holiday with us, we sometimes use the babysitting service, and I take her out for dinner one night.
Okay, so if you want to listen to it again, as you know, press stop, go back and listen again. So let's check the answers. Remember that it's very important that you should answer as you listen. Don't just think about it, okay? Like you did in class. Where's your answers? They're here. No, none of this. This is very bad for you, okay? So let's have a look. The answers. Right, so number 1, this is false. Do you know why? Do you remember? Remember, by the way, that you can check the script on page 122 of your book, 5.4, okay? So it's false. And why is it false? Because she is divorced. That's correct. Now, number 2, it's true. She shares a room with her children, and the sort of room that she gets is a triple room. Children's entertainment at the hotel is important. That's obviously true too, if she travels with her children. And number 4 is false, because well, she does use it sometimes, okay, especially when she's traveling with her mother. Let me just go through the vocabulary a little bit, okay? I don't think there's much that's new to you. Anyway, we have a triple room here. Notice there's a kids club, children's club, okay? A kids club. Where do you put the apostrophe? Do you put it after the S or before the S? Kids club. If you're not sure, you can do 2 things. You can check the grammar pal, because it tells you there, or you can go to page 122 and check the script. All right, but remember, it's many kids, right? It's plural. What else? She looks, she checks before she books the hotel that the meal times are child friendly. Child friendly. It means convenient for children. Okay, so friendly for children. Remember, in English we translate backwards. Okay, and I think that's it. It's also, she talks about the laundry service, but we talked about this the other day. Okay, so now we go back, sorry, we go to something else, and I need to use the projector again, okay? Let's have a look at this. Wait a minute. Here we go. Let me make it bigger. Okay, now you don't need to look at the book, you look at the screen. Okay, so have a look at the questions on the board. I'm going to get up now. If you don't like me getting up, then you can tell me, you can write to me and say, don't get up. Anyway, the first question is, I'm not sure you can see this, but make it bigger. Okay. I think it's okay now, isn't it? So the first question, hotels are adapting menus for international visitors, rich visitors, or young visitors. Choose one. We don't know. You don't know, okay? But you just guess. That's all right. Hotels are employing Chinese-speaking staff or German-speaking staff, Russian-speaking staff. What do you think? Choose one, please, and write the letter 2A, 2B, or 2C. 3. The modern guest likes A nice big bathtub. Bathtub is where you have a bath, okay? In British English, normally they just say bath, but in American English, bathtub. In Spanish, bañera. A bidet, notice the pronunciation and notice that there is a silent letter. That's the T. You can see the pronunciation here. And a walk-in shower. A shower where you just walk in. In Spanish we call it una ducha con plato o un plato de ducha, okay? 4. People now prefer higher, lower, or softer beds. Choose one. 5. With the new hotel reservation systems, you can now A. Customize your stay, B. Find a room more easily, C. Averiguar, find out about the staff. Choose one. 6. There's only 9, okay? 6. High-tech guest rooms are important for A. Business guests, B. Leisure guests. Leisure, remember, ocio. Huéspedes de ocio. Both business and leisure guests. Okay, choose one. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have 6 answers there. Okay, let's go to. There are 9 only, as I said. Let's go to the rest of them. Seven. The modern hotel has more chairs, more lamps, more PowerPoints. Remember, PowerPoints, the place where you can, what can you do to recharge your laptop? You can plug it in. 9. Guests in modern hotels often have to pay quite a lot of extra charges, or a few, unos pocos, and no extra charges, ninguna, okay? Choose one, A, B, C. Remember, you're only guessing, we don't know, okay? Have you got all the answers? If you need more time to think, again, pause the video and take your time. Let's continue. We're now going to look at the book. This is page 43. I'll show you on the screen and look for the answers. No. Just a minute, sorry. Okay, so here are the answers. Now the first question, just a minute. Okay, so here we have on the screen, we have both the text and the questions. Let's check out the answers. Number one, hotels are adapting menus for international visitors. That's line 3. Where's the line 3 here? Okay, good. Remember that this is just a text, and we were guessing. It doesn't mean that this is, that this is the absolute truth. So it's just like a little bit of a game. That's according to the author of this text. Number 2, hotels are employing Chinese-speaking staff. Well, this makes sense because the Chinese economy, as you know, is growing and growing and growing. The modern guest likes basically a walk-in shower. Okay? Where is it? Walk-in showers. And it's not higher. Number 4, that talks about the beds. That's actually lower beds. Lower beds, that's what people now prefer. Like if you think of Japanese beds, the futons, they're quite low. Right? Softer, no, people are preferring harder beds actually, if there are any changes in that respect. Number 5, with the new hotel reservation systems, you can now customize your stay, because personalizar. Some examples that we have here. Remember, you have your book. I just put it there to make it easier, but if it's too small or anything, you just get your own book. Okay? So they can choose more elements. They can choose the room type and the type of bed and the type of view, etc. Number 6, high-tech guest rooms are important for both business and leisure guests. This is here. Let me change what you can see on the screen now a little bit. Okay, there we go. So we have both the visitor, the business traveler, and the leisure guest expect high-tech rooms. Okay, both. You remember this? We translate this into ambos, but when you have both, and then you have and. The best translation is tanto el viajero de negocios como el viajero de ocio esperan high-tech guest rooms. Right. Number 7, the modern room has more PowerPoints. Okay, enchufes. Well, PowerPoints are places where you can plug in your mobile or your laptop. Number 8 seems to be a repeat of the same question. Sorry about this. I thought I'd fix this. Just a minute. And 9, guests in modern hotels often have to pay no extra charges. It says here, people prefer it. They don't want expensive charges. They don't like overpriced, blah, blah, blah. And then here, guests, this is the answer. Guests are more satisfied when they check out if the total charge is what they expected when they reserved the room. Okay? Now you can see it. What they expected when they reserved the room. Alright, so now you can check your answers and tell yourselves how many you got right. But as I say, this is just according to the author. Alright? Good. So, let's continue. I'm going to Just a minute. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at the text again, and we're going to analyze the vocabulary, specific vocabulary special for tourism, okay? So I'll show you the text and some words which you have to find, mostly in Spanish. Just these are the words that I really want you to try and remember, and that you may find in the exam. We'll see about this. Anyway, so here we go. We need to find the word here that means contratar. Can you find it? Contratar? Well, we have contratar, permitir. Let me make it bigger. See if you can find these words. Contratar, permitir, pedir. They are in order as usual. Okay, if you need more time, press pause please, okay? I'll give you the answers anyway. So, contratar. Contratar, this is, as you already know, it's here. It's employing Chinese speaking staff. Permitir, there are different words to say permitir, but the one we can see here is in the second paragraph. Allow guests to choose, right? Pedir is also here. Can you see it? There are different ways to say pedir, but here we can see request. Request. Don't confuse request with requerir. It's not the same thing, all right? So, request, pedir. Do you know another way to say pedir? Yeah? For example, ask for some more bread, ask for the salt, all right? Let's have a look at the next one, tanto como. This is in the next paragraph, and we already talked about it. Let me show you the next paragraph. What was it? Do you remember? Tanto como, that's it. Both and. Although literally, as I said before, both is ambos, or ambos, y, but we translate tanto como. And the enchufe, en pared, on the wall, or in the wall, that would be, of course you remember, that's power points. There are other ways to say this, but in the text, PowerPoints. And that's, by the way, that's the phrase, the name that the PowerPoint system, what you use when you do oral presentations, that's where the name comes from, okay? Well, I have a few more, right? Let me show you. Okay, have a look. Enchufar, asequible, demasiado caro, and cobrar. Right, press pause if you need more time. Enchufar. Obviously this needs to be close to the PowerPoints. So this can plug in, okay? Plug is the enchufe as well. Asequible. Asequible in Spanish means that everybody can buy it because it's not too expensive. So that's affordable. Everybody can afford it. It's not demasiado caro. What is demasiado caro here? Overpriced. We had already seen this word in one of the listenings, okay? So everybody can afford it because it's not overpriced, because it's not too expensive. Over demasiado. And finally, cobrar in this case. Can we find it? Well, actually, I think there's a little bit of a mistake. Ah, yes. No. There's a bit of a mistake here. It shouldn't be cobrar, it should be cobro or cobros, okay? So that's it. That's charges and charge here, okay? So that's the vocabulary for this text. All right, just a minute. Okay, so a little bit more. Exercises 5 and 6 I'll leave for the CST because this is your own work, okay? And now we're going to finish this section, section B, with a listening. In one of those listenings where you have to listen to numbers. I always insist that numbers are in principle very easy, but then when I do a listening test, I see a lot of mistakes there, okay? So we're going to listen, and what you need to do, you will hear 3 conversations. You will need to write down all the numbers that you hear, and I will then ask you what the numbers refer to, okay? So let's have it. Also, listen carefully because when they finish, I will ask you some questions about the vocabulary, as I always do. So listen carefully, and again, if you need to listen again, just press pause, go back and listen to it, okay? Whatever speed you choose. All right, so let's go.
Exercise 7. 1. What does it say on the website?
It seems affordable. A single is $95 in the summer season. A double is $115. A triple is $140. And a family room for a maximum of 4 costs $170. We can save money if we share a room with my parents.
Are you joking? 2. I thought the shuttle from the airport to the hotel was a complimentary service, but they charged us €20 per person. Really? I thought it was always free. Then there was a bottle of water on the desk in the room. That cost us €5 when we checked out. And we also had to pay a €6 tourist tax each, which we didn't know